Yorkshire warming up for a big day. They, of course, are the champions from 2014. The Middlesex are the current leaders, so an important match over 4 days. Well, it was the visitors who won the toss and decided to bat first. Sam Robson struck Bresnan for 2, and after Burns had hit a streaky 4 off Brooks, he was dismissed off the same bowler, LBW, out for 4. Brooks continued to bowl impressively, beating the bat on several occasions. Robson produced his first 4 with a nice drive from the leg side off Brooks. After that, it was sedate progress for a time from Middlesex, as Yorkshire battled to put more pressure on them. Patterson and Bresnan teamed up as the bowling duo, as Yorkshire sought early wickets. But Robson was now getting going with a series of boundaries off both bowlers, while Compton played a more solid role, digging in, you would say. Yorkshire continued to probe, but Robson went to 26 with 2 runs off Bresnan. Patterson found the edge of Robson's bat, and he achieved 3 rather fortunate runs to bring up the 50. He also edged Will Rhodes to slip, but it fell just short of the cordon. Robson moved to 39 with a fine 4 on Patterson through the offside. But then the breakthrough, the return of Brooks produced the wicket. Robson out for 41 with a score on 68, bowled off stump. So enter David Milan. Brooks continued to provide worrying moments for the batsman, but Milan struck 2 offside boundaries off Rhodes. Middlesex went into lunch after 31 overs. Compton is 25, Milan 9, and the visitors are 83 for 2. Yorkshire made a splendid start to the afternoon session. Patterson beat Milan twice in the first over and then got him to edge to Bairstow, out for 9, caught behind the wicket. Brooks opened up at the other end and was blasted for 4 by Compton through the covers, and Compton also found the boundary when Brooks overpitched. But Brooks was not to be defied. He was in fine form, as he had Dexter caught behind by Bairstow, out for 0, Middlesex 92 for 4. This was excellent bowling by Brooks and Patterson in tandem. Soon afterwards, Franklin produced 2 runs to bring the 100 up. Bresnan returned to the attack and Compton went to 42 to register the top individual score so far. Shortly afterwards, Compton went to his 50 with 7 fours. Spin was introduced and the Australian Glenn Maxwell grabbed a 5th wicket as Franklin was caught at short leg by leaning. Franklin out for just 3 runs, Middlesex collapsing, 119 for 5. The Aussie spin bowler produced another wicket for 2 in 3 balls as Simpson was trapped LBW for 0, 119 for 6. Next over from the Australian was a remarkable one. Rayner swept Maxwell for 4 and followed it up with a cover drive to the boundary, and from the next delivery Rayner was nearly caught at short leg, but it was such an eventful over, with Rayner eventually hitting 4 boundaries from it. Compton struck Bresnan for a cover boundary before Maxwell produced another fine delivery to dismiss Rayner for 20, clean bowling him at 147. Compton pulled Brooks over mid-wicket for another 4, but then he perished as he edged Brooks to leaning and took a splendid slip catch to remove him for 70. Jack Brooks now 4 wickets. Patterson was the next to grab a wicket as he trapped Roland Jones for 11, LBW, Middlesex 188 for 9. The last pair held Yorkshire up for some time with some decent shots which held them past 200 and a batting bonus point. But the innings ended as Jack Brooks picked up wicket number 5 for just 44 runs as Harris lofted the delivery down to Gary Barnes, who took the catch at long leg. So Middlesex 212 all out, as well as the 5 for Brooks. It was 3 for Maxwell and 2 for Patterson. Adam Live started with 2 boundaries off Murtagh as Yorkshire began their reply, and Lees soon got into his stride with further 4s. Live cracked Roland Jones to the ropes with a fluent drive past mid-off, but then he went, caught in the slips by Rayner off Roland Jones for 17 and Yorkshire 29 for 1. And it was Rayner again who took a catch to get rid of Lees as Yorkshire slumped to 29 for 2. Lees out for 11, the bowler Murtagh. Gale and Balance were given the task of mounting a recovery, but a full delivery from Murtagh trapped Balance LBW for 1. Yorkshire in distress, 36 for the loss of 3 wickets. The Middlesex seamers had their tails up and they troubled Gale and Bairstow. But Gale relieved the pressure with a 4 through the covers off Harris, and he followed it up with another boundary from the same bowler. The Yorkshire skipper skied Murtagh to mid-wickets but got away with it, and 2 runs were added to take him to 18. Bairstow then chopped Harris down to third man to get off the mark and bring up the 50 for Yorkshire. But then further problems, as Gale was out LBW to Harris for 18, Yorkshire 52 for 4. Leading edged 2 deliveries to the boundary, and Bairstow produced a fine 4 off Harris. There were further anxious moments before the close, but Bairstow and Leading greeted them with confidence and survived till the close, picking up some useful boundaries along the way. Yorkshire then, at the end of an intriguing first day, 96 for 4 from 27 overs, 116 behind, Bairstow 25 and Leading on 20.